Thank you.
I see him. Two down, push it!
Welcome back to Kuro Tactics. Today, I want to share the second episode of my series, Tactical Takedown. In this video, we're going to be focusing on one of the most important tactics of any first-person shooter, sticking together. The ability to play as a team in a first-person shooter is more complex than getting assists for flags and kills. This tactic requires an entirely different mentality and coordination that takes time and practice to master. As with all Tactical Takedown episodes, I will show the strengths and weaknesses we discovered for this tactic during our private matches, and then show examples of that tactic at work in a live multiplayer and Warzone match. As before in our private match, the enemy team is given one task, and that's to take us out any way they could. The health is set to 250 to simulate Warzone levels of gameplay with revives enabled. Here's what we found. In this first clip, we see the first strength of sticking together, the focus fire. The ability to focus fire an enemy, thus decreasing the time to kill dramatically, is actually pretty tricky. There is no set distance to test this, nor a guide to know how far a teammate needs to be. The general idea we found was as long as a team member has a line of sight on the enemy you're engaging, team focus fire was an incredibly useful tactic. In these clips, you saw how fast enemies went down while getting focus fired by 2 or 3 people. Even if the enemy is able to damage or kill one person, it's almost a guaranteed win for the team sticking together, if not at least a 1-to-1 trade. This looked to be true in a majority of the cases that we tested.
Down another? Good shit.
The second strength we found was the numbers advantage you gained on the enemy. Being able to cover one another and focus firing individual targets down lessens the damage your team actually takes. Being able to keep your friends alive gives a significant advantage to gunfights as you gain more defense and offense compared to single enemies. Additionally, gaining a numbers advantage not only demoralizes the enemy team as they see their numbers drop, it gives your team the confidence needed to keep that momentum going.
Hackers, aimbot, wall hacks.
As you can clearly see, these are some very demoralized enemies. If you're not getting accusations, why are you even playing this game? The final major strength when sticking together is the ability to apply pressure on remaining targets. In this clip, take a look at how the enemy player gets pushed by multiple angles, forcing him to lose focus on his gunfight and then dying to a flank. Being able to exert increasing pressure on an enemy team is a phenomenal offensive advantage for your team, while also allowing for relative safety during periods of aggression.
Hold on. Rocket launcher.
There you go, you got him.
Rocket launcher? How mad are you?
As much as I want to tell you that with these 3 advantages of sticking together, you will win every fight that comes your way, it's just not true. There were some glaring issues we found when sticking close to teammates during our private matches, and as such, we died a lot trying to troubleshoot these problems. Unlike a plain and simple loadout, this tactic of sticking together was inconsistent at the start. While it improved over time, the problems are definitely something I want to address. Most of the weaknesses we found were actually due to a lack of practice and communication. Playing as a team requires communication, and without it, this tactic is hard to implement, and even harder with a group of random players.
Hey Punt, how do you like the grenade?
In this clip, we will see the first and probably worst offender for this tactic, tunnel vision. Without proper communication, team members seem to fixate on individual obvious openings for a possible attack. That prevents any sort of actual cover from a flank from occurring, usually resulting in a devastating loss. A single person with the skills can overtake a group of enemies if that team is not focused on different angles.
Oh, he almost had you.
Bumping.
As we can see in this next clip, when a team does focus on different angles, the issue is resolved and the numbers advantage is once again obtained. Here, we are able to take out an individual early, and then by watching different angles, even stop a flank from occurring, allowing us to finish the match with confidence.
Back.
Peek right. I'm watching your front. Okay, hold there.
Oh, there's one on right.
Okay.
On. Watching over. Looking bathrooms.
Okay. Behind us. Got him.
Man.
Alright, we got.
Alright, we have the
momentum.
hard
Yeah,
numbers
we got
again.
the hard.
The second big weakness we found was area of effect damage. In this clip, you will clearly see that sticking together, while providing an overall higher health pool to fight with, loses all of that advantage when caught by an area of effect damage. This particular scenario was from an Origin 12 shotgun blasting through 2 unaware targets.
Right here. What the f? Shotgun. Oh, that shit wasn't even looking at me. Oh, there it is. My inconvenience my shoulder.
Another inconsistency, while not a weakness in itself, was skill padding. With increased numbers, good players are easier to eliminate, but just as well, weaker players can be left alone and lose once the numbers advantages are lost. Sticking together can allow weaker players to topple skilled individuals, but can also allow skilled individuals to topple weaker single players left alone. In this clip, the enemy team attacked one at a time, and the more skilled player was able to complete a team wipe.
Oh, you're so dead.
Get out of here.
No!
Get out of here.
Shotgun against me.
Get out of here.
Now, before I show off some clips of how sticking together works in a live game, I wanted to do a quick recap of what we found. The strengths of sticking together are immense when they work. The ability to focus fire, gain a numbers advantage, and continuously apply pressure on an enemy team is an amazing strength. But unfortunately, without proper communication, tunnel vision, and being caught by area of effect damage, these advantages are inconsistent at best. With time and practice and a stable team, one can lessen these inconsistencies and take advantage of the great strengths that this tactic provides. And with that recap out of the way, the remainder of the video will be focused on clips from live servers in various matches that we had. In each of these matches, we used the sticking together tactic as best as we could, be it in the duo situation all the way up to quads in Warzone. Not all of these clips show success, but each does highlight the strengths and weaknesses of sticking close by to friendly individuals. In this first clip highlighting tactical, sticking together teamwork, I'm going to leave the game audio unedited so you can all hear the team play and communication at work. Surprisingly, this occurred during our first ever capture the flag game as a team. While I don't show the whole game, we absolutely obliterated this team, but this clip was definitely the highlight of the match.
Where's everyone else?
I don't even know. It's just you and me, Thomas.
I loaded in.
Okay. I guess Superman
As
will
in
help.
scale over here.
Right side, right side. One dead.
Get him.
Nice work. Got the other one.
Fire! I'm not your enemy.
Thomas is pushing up with you.
Yep, one above me.
Got it.
Dude, there's fucking.
One's above again.
Nice work, Thomas. Nice work.
Got two.
Following you. That guy as well. Get this shit. Run, 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 run!
Flag.
Running away!
That's Adams. I'm running.
Do it, do it, do it. I'm covering you. I'm covering you as much as I can. Go, go,
Yeah.
go, go, go.
Still him.
Defend him,
Still
defend him. Yeah, I'm following you. I'm following you. You're fine, you're fine.
I'm fast as boy.
I'm fast as boy.
Highlights I wanted to show was that each fight we took as a group against individual targets, focus firing them down and providing cover and callouts throughout.
This door, I'll watch everything else. I see him.
Yeah, I'll watch the fire right here.
The next segment we see a highlight from a Warzone's Trios match. My teammate Clapkings has a 3-level bounty on his head. The enemy team decides that they are going for a push, and at this time, we didn't even have our loadouts. But we did have plenty of ammo and the sense to stick together during this encounter. We even communicated different angles that needed to be watched and eventually are able to overcome this team. Notice how during this encounter, each enemy that pushed us individually is taken down very fast. Not only that, once the number advantage is gained, we also gain the confidence to push back towards a team that is hunting us. All the while, the enemy team went down one at a time and continued to make bad calls as they went down.
I downed him. Team wipe, team wipe, team wipe, team wipe. Good work.
Sticking together can also allow a team to recover from potentially fatal errors. In this situation, we had our enemies dead to rights. We downed most of them right away, had the height advantage on this rooftop, and even had our loadouts with full armor and ammo to fight. After all that, however, the uncertainty of combat kicked in, and once I push, I go down to a self-revived enemy. If I was any further from my team, they would have finished me immediately. But sticking together, my team was able to prevent them from achieving a killing blow, and we were able to push through this encounter.
Literally one. There you go. Pick me up, pick me up, pick me up.
As I said before, not all of these clips show success. This ending in a quads match has 4 of us nearing the final circle. One of our team members goes down, and we are unable to save him. We are, however, able to down a majority of the enemy combatants that present themselves to us. In the chaos of combat, however, one of my team members splits despite my warnings for them not to. As soon as this happens, they go down, and we immediately are down to 2. With our numbers advantage lost, our communication deteriorates, hesitation and bad calls takes over, and we eventually lose to a silly cluster strike right at the end. If we were able to stick together in this situation, it is entirely possible that we could have taken this match as a win.
Some revives on our right. On our right. On our right.
Me, God!
But finally, I wanted to end this episode showing a Warzone duos match where we found great success with sticking together. In this first clip, my friend Superman and I resist the urge to go for a push on a separated team, but instead wait for an ambush until we are both ready to fight. Doing so earns us an easy 2 kills.
Nice, there it is. Nice.
We do the same thing moments later on 2 separate targets, focus firing them down from a distance. The poor guys die so fast they are unable to return any damage towards us.
Oh, they're here, they're here, they're
But,
here. They're here. I'm lighting them up. Poor bastard was prone.
While sticking together, we force a number advantage by waiting for an enemy to split from his partner before eliminating him in a position where he cannot be helped by his friend. Unfortunately, his friend runs away and we are unable to locate him afterwards.
This guy, you ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
He's down.
Fully dead, fully dead.
Oh my god, no, it's so far. We gotta go. We gotta go. We even use fantastic communication during our movements, using a bound and cover tactic to ensure that while we push towards the circle, we are not caught off guard by the enemy we were unable to locate. This movement style in itself deserves a separate episode, but I'm glad we were able to do it relatively well in our first try. Using this, we are able to make it into the circle without any hiccups.
Bush, come on in. Come over.
I can't really watch you from anywhere.
That's fine, let's
But
go.
I actually.
Yeah, we're good, we're good. Let's both drop.
Near the ending of this match, we see another great example of focus fire as our high volume of fire eliminates an enemy through even hard cover. And finally, the perfect example of sticking together right at the end using all the advantages it provides. We patiently wait together for the enemies to fight. We communicate when to push, and when we do, we focus fire one enemy down immediately. We gain a numbers advantage on the remaining player and exert continuous pressure on him from 2 different directions. With our numbers advantage, a safe push is performed, and we finish the game with a clean win.
Fight it out, we're gonna fight it out. Yeah, we're gonna, once we see the numbers drop.
There.
Now. Here we go, one guy left, here we go.
More on the left.
Yeah, here we go.
Armor hit.
Come close, he's stunned. Let's go.
Downed.
Yep. Pushing
Yeah,
him right now.
top.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, nice work. Clean win.
Yeah, very clean win.
And with that, we come to the end of this episode of Tactical Takedown. As always, thank you all so much for taking the time to watch this video. This one took me quite a while as there were many good clips that I had to filter through to make this. If you enjoyed this episode, please comment on what you liked or what you would like to see from me in the future. And as always, please like and subscribe if you are able to. We just got past 20 subscribers recently, and for a new channel, I think that is awesome, and I hope we can keep it growing. Thank you all so much. Until next time.